Hello, and welcome to video number 4 for Movie Time Classic 18. I also, before I move forward, we're going to talk about the first 100 movies. Why were they the hardest for me? First of all, I'm going to invite you to come to my channel and go around my channel, see what I'm talking about. See how I organized the playlist, how I did the color scheme, how I use homepage, how I use um, the playlist structure. Um, I use community posters and things like this. I don't think you see the posters on the channel. Yeah, sorry about that. You don't see the posters on the channel, but you see the what I've created with the movies. It looks very beautiful. So enjoy it. Mentally copy that, and then if you move forward, then now I'm going to tell you how I got my first 100 movies. I think I mentioned a little bit of that in video 3. But let's move on to video 4. So I'm going to read my notes here for a second, okay? Early phase, when you build structure before momentum exists. These films created the foundation. I want, again, you're going to figure where the system is. I'm keeping myself very protected here about giving names and things like that, okay? But nowadays we have enough information out there in the world that it's easy to find stuff. And I know what you're talking about, because it's not that hard to understand how, we can easily go and find whatever we need. That's how I did it. Okay? That's how I built this channel, through the system of the new technology that's out there. Even though that's out there to make our life easier, this still was a lot of work. And I used the word work again. It was a lot of research. Well, that's work, right? Yeah. I mean, when we want something in life, we have to work, right? So this is work. And I know I talked about this in the other video, but guys, if you're really going to do this, my suggestion, this is what I did. I started 100 movies, public domain movies. Actually, I take this back. This is where I created a big mistake. I'm sure somewhere in there I'm going to talk about this again. I just went crazy and started downloading movies. And a lot of them were, like I said before, they're going to block it. You remove it immediately. They're going to give you the one with the little yellow warning emoji. That means that you could use it, and the owner gives you permission or something like that. But you can only monetize from it within certain countries around the world. And then there's the one that says NONE. Another one that says copyright. The ones that says NONE are the ones you want to keep. The ones that says copyright is up to you. Okay? I didn't know any better. Again, this is where a video like this would have helped me a lot. It says that, okay, for example, I'm not going to give name of movies. Again, I'm going to keep myself protected that way. I'm going to just make up, I don't know, names. The Kitty and the Cell Phone. It's a movie, right? And that movie has a copyright. Then the system downloads it. It says copyright. But the owner, whoever the owner of that movie is, gives you permission to use the movie. So do you get watch time for that? Did you get any type of credit for that? In the system, it says that you do. But when when you go to the nitty gritty of to see, are my hours growing? Am I getting any credit for this? No. People, you might get a subscriber out of it though. So if you're happy with that, then I go ahead and do it. Personally, I had over 100 movies like that. Not understanding, thinking that I was gonna get a watch time for it, and they give it to you, but they don't give it to you. I know, right? This is why I'm making these vlogs. So my recommendation would be, do what I did. I just don't use them at all, even if they give me the permission. It's up to you. You make your own decision. This is your business. You're creating your own little world. I had like something crazy, like I want to say over 3,000 something hours. So I was so excited. Oh my God, da, da, da. I made it. I was, you know. And then when it came down to it, not one of those hours were towards my monetization channel. Not one of them. Oh, I lost. And then in the dashboard, everything you'll see everything back there, and then you're like, oh my God, congratulations, you got this, and that. You go over there to claim it, and all of a suddenly you're still at, I don't know, whatever 400, whatever. In my case, it was just 470 something hours. So I lost all those hours. Oh, I can still feel it right now as I'm saying it. Huh? I spend, I don't know, I want to say maybe 2 months putting that together. Just putting posters, putting here, putting there, getting people to come subscribe, watch my channel, And I'm thinking that, at least I wasn't going to get paid for these movies, but, but at least I got something out of it. And I did. Again, I did. I got the subscribers. But it was painful. It was very confusing, I should say. I'm painful. I was so angry. I just wanted to quit. I mean, I think I did quit for like an hour. I had to walk away. I think I went to the gym or something like that. Then I just breathed. There's a lot of that. Putting this together. Do that 6 times, and you center yourself again. You say, okay, let's fix this. What did I learn from here? So I learned what I learned, and then I had to kind of delete all these movies, which made my library go down and made all the hours disappear. But it was okay because the hours didn't count anyway. But again, it was painful to go through it. So when you do these movies, when you find these public domain movies, they're going to come with titles. They're going to come with ID numbers. There's no way for us to really guess which ones they are, because there could be 5 movies of Kitty Cat and the cell phone that are public domain, but somehow they got mixed into somewhere where people added a few things to it. And again, I'm going to keep talking like that because I don't want to, say certain things that I don't really know what's happening back there, but I do know what I experienced. So you don't have to experience that. So here you are. You found this movie. Don't get excited, by the way, about movies. I found a few movies I was so excited about, and then poof, they come take them away. That's another thing. You can put more movie in there, and then it just happened to me a few days ago. I had a movie in there, and they told me they didn't give me a strike. They just told me, that you cannot use this movie because it doesn't function. You know, I mean, sorry, it doesn't function. The it's not allowed. The copyright. Some copyrights, I guess, allow it. Some don't. So in this case, they didn't, which is fine. I just remove them easily. When you see that, delete it and just breathe and let it go. So I spent, I want to say, a month and a half or two just finding 100 movies for my channel. By the way, all this, my channel was not monetizing, okay? It was just me putting the channel together. So use this time for that. That's how I looked at it, I just said to myself, okay, I'm just gonna keep going, don't stop, just keep going, don't give up, because that's the hardest part, is putting this together, in the beginning. It's like any business, it's gonna be hard to put together, right? This is business. Just be patient, follow the rules. The system doesn't have feelings. So if you make a mistake, three strikes, I believe it is, and you're out. They just take you out there's no one to speak to. It's just a system, So be super careful how you do this. So, I wish I had something like this so I can be, alert of what I was downloading. That first time, with those movies that I have to erase. Now I download a movie. I let it sit there for about a week. That way the system kind of like aligns it with the algorithm before you even make it public, But it's my recommendation. What I did, I spent a whole entire month and a half just downloading movies, making sure they passed the YouTube system. I waited for a week or so. But while you're waiting, you can still, give it a title, do the end card, do the playlist, give it a ratings. Again, no one in YouTube gives ratings. This is something I like to do. You get creative with it. I'm giving you ideas. Okay, so take this idea and use it. Okay. For example, my ratings are popcorns, little popcorns, emoji popcorns. You use whatever you like. I invite you to go to my channel and look around my channel, okay? And watch a movie too. It'll help the creator. give a comment, subscribe, like, let's help each other out like that. That's the way this algorithm works, right? So I personally love YouTube. I'm a big YouTuber. I never thought of making blogs, but I saw an opportunity here to do something about these wonderful public domain channels, and I hope that you take it and run with it, because I don't want to make promises. I don't make promises because I don't know your work ethic, but it could help you. It's helping me. Just saying. So with that said, next video, I think I will talk about a few of these things, but I have to make the video anyway. It's about the mistakes that I made. So I'm going to go into that into a little more detail. Again, every view keeps history alive. I help the creator. Go take a look around my channel, have fun, leave comments, get ideas, look at my titles, go look for them. At least you know that the titles I have in here so far are public domain, because I've done a lot of research. And even though the other day they told me I had to remove a movie, the rest are still there. So, with that said, I'll see you in the next video, video number 5. Video number 5. And I'll see you there. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I hope this has been very helpful so far. Thank you. Bye-bye.